Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
I'm Reverend Kathy Mastriani, your producer for the day.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Ernestine Garcia, and I'll be doing the readings.
Hi, my name is Raheem Quasi, and I'm gonna play some music.
So we welcome you. Let's get started with the invocation. Would you do that?
So I just invite you to close your eyes. And as we each take a deep breath, we recognize that there is only that one power, that one presence, that one life, that is one with each of us and one with all of us as we are one. And so I know that today's service flows easily and effortlessly in ease and grace. And each person hears what they need to hear and sees what they need to see. And it is an enlightening, enlivening time. Yes. And so I'm just so grateful. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
So we're so glad to have you back, Raheem. I'm sure you got some great music for us.
I have some music, inspired music. When I'm here, I just play the songs that are the ones that flow through me, and then I kind of capture them, just write them down as fast as I can, and that's what happens here. That's what happens in this forum. That's my own way, really, of keeping it very kind of clean and pure, where my ego isn't a part of it as much as possible. It's more what's coming through me. So it's a mystery. It's a grand mystery, but that's what's going to happen. There's a song called Flying Kites. kite again.
Oh God, you're too much. That
Thank you
was
very much.
I was like the kite. I
Yes.
was sitting up in the sky and just really enjoying the view, and the music just was like a kite. I could see it and feel it. You're a
Yes.
genius.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So we'll have a little bit more of you later. You got some stuff you can
Right now, I'm going to read our purpose statement.
do.
The purpose of our spiritual community is to be a spiritual community, to be supportive to all of those who are seeking support, to practice and live unconditional love, to be non-judgmental and forgiving, to embrace oneness, to join all others who want to co-create a world that works for everyone, all cultures, all races, all sexual orientations, and all life. And so it is.
So it is.
And so I invite you to like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro. You can check out our website, cslnorthmetro.org. You can go to contact us and add yourself to the weekly email list. You can request prayer, and there's a lot of good information out there. There are blogs and the affirmations and a prayer that Stephen Anthony writes every week are out there. And today's title is Faith of a Mustard Seed. That's it for me.
So Dr. Ernestine, come forth.
Yay.
Good morning.
Yay. Hello, everyone. It's my turn. I get to read the affirmations followed by the readings. And before I get started, I just am feeling so grateful to Stephen Anthony for these affirmations. He writes them for us every week. And I read them on a daily basis. So my heart goes to Stephen Anthony. Okay. Affirmations for the week of June 23rd, 2024. Please repeat after me. God's presence is experienced in the world as my life.
God's presence is experienced in the world as my life.
The essence of my being shines brightly and magnificently.
The essence of my being shines brightly and magnificently.
I live a profoundly meaningful and joyful existence.
I live a profoundly meaningful and joyful existence.
Each day, I experience the potential of my highest expression.
Each day, I experience the potential of my highest expression.
Spirit's vision guides me gracefully and clearly.
Spirit's vision guides me gracefully and clearly.
I embrace my conscious connection with all life, always.
I embrace my conscious connection with all life, always.
And together we say,
And so it
so it
is.
is. And since I started out with gratitude, I'm going to continue the gratitude because the readings are selected each Sunday by the Reverend Michael and Reverend Valerie. And today, special thank you to Reverend Valerie for selecting this reading. And I hope that whoever hears this, it speaks to them as much as it does to me. Okay. Thank you, Reverend Valerie. The reading today is from the book, Your Spiritual Power by Ernest Holmes. You are in partnership with the giver of all life, God, the living spirit, almighty and ever present. Therefore, say to yourself quietly, but with deep conviction, I now accept my divine birthright. I now consciously enter into my partnership with love, with peace, with joy, with God. I feel the infinite presence close around me. I feel the warmth, the color, and the radiance of this presence like a living thing in which I am enveloped. I am no longer afraid of life. A deep and abiding sense of calm and poise flows through me. I have faith to believe that the kingdom of God is at hand. It is right where I am, here, now, today, at this moment. I feel that there is a law of good which can, will, and does govern everything. Therefore, I feel that everything in my life is constructive. Everything in my thought that is life-giving is blessed and prospered. It blesses everyone I meet. It makes glad every situation I find myself in. It brings peace and comfort to everyone I contact. I am unified with everything in life, in love, in peace, and in joy. And I know that the presence of love and life gently leads me and all others, guiding, guarding, sustaining, upholding now and forever. And together we say, and so it
And
is.
So it is.
Magnificent. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a good way to start out the day.
It is.
Okay. We have some more music.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Fahim, you're
So
back.
before we dive down into the inspired message you're gonna both share, here's something a little light and perky. It's called Sun, Rain, Love. And it's a song that's dedicated and it's written to love, as if love is a real character, a real being. Let's see. You are the sun, shines so bright above. Please never go out for too long. Your rain on my face, the drops are so delightful. Please wash away my lost races, and just in cases, oh, I never knew that when I was alone, you were alone too. Love, don't be shy with me, my friend. I sensed you all along. Please stay with me, softly waking night and day. All with me. Thank you.
Oh, that was great. You continue to surprise me. So, I'm just moving along.
We are.
And this title threw me into a space of having faith because nothing was coming through. We were with our grandkids for 4 days. They were with us, no parents, just us and them. And it was invigorating and sweet and all the things you can think of. But it certainly took a lot of faith on our part to take on those little ones for 4 days. So this title, I just thought it up. It didn't come to me. And I gave it to Valerie, and nothing was coming. And I thought, well, if nothing comes, then I'll do nothing. Because that's the way we work this teaching. And something did come this morning. And I'm going to try to put it in a way that is understandable because it came kind of quick. I love it. I love the way this works. So when you think of this mustard seed in the world, and it doesn't have to stop and think of, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that in order to become a mustard plant. It just allows itself the faith to know it's going to be something. And it can be a hand planting it in the soil, or it can be just blown in the wind and being born out of a rock. Mm-hmm. Plants have a lot of faith. I mean, we go for a walk and you see these little plants coming up through just a little hole. If there's a little hole there, a plant will come up to it.
Right in the sidewalk.
And it's like, to me, that's utter faith. They don't worry about, will I have the space? Is it going to be big enough? Is it going to be too small? They just live. So I think of faith as one of the invisible spiritual principles, because you really can't see it happening. You can't make it happen. It just is. Faith is isn't something we do. It's something we have. And it's something we live because it's alive with us. So it's invisible in that terms. Because prayer you can do prayer. You can do meditation. But how do you do faith? You don't. You don't do faith. It's just an allowing. So when we awaken to a place of complete trust, and faith carries us through anything we may that may come our way. Simply without thinking, we allow it, because it's not about thinking it into terms. That would be doing it. It's just about allowing it. And when you allow it, you don't have to think about it. You just live it. I think of faith in terms of an action we take. So I take an action and I'm trying to fulfill this action. And if I stop and think, well, I better have faith, and I start thinking about having faith, then I'm getting about as far away from faith as you could possibly get, because faith doesn't work that way. Faith just is. It's more than claiming it. It's unshakable. It's something within us that's unshakable. Can't be. There's no opposite to it. So when we have faith, we trust that the highest and best is manifesting in our life. No matter what's going on in the outer, in the inner, perfection and constant good is taking place. It's something that we just step into. Faith, to me, is my power and my strength. The power to continually grow spiritually, the power and strength to withstand anything and everything that may come our way, the power and strength to love and forgive, the power and strength to discover all that I need on this physical plane. That's what faith is to me. It's just there, always present. So in faith, I asked Spirit to give me a sample of an experience I had using faith, and being the humorist that my spirit is, it brought me all the way back to when I was 16. I thought, well, that's a long ways to go back to find. I must have had something closer to now, but it still makes sense because my experiences are worthy of sharing, no matter how non-deep it may seem. There's depth to all our experiences, good and bad. So I'm 16 years old, and I'm on a mound, a pitching mound. And I'm in the glory of something I love more than anything. And it's summertime. And me and my friend tried out for this AA baseball league. And we got put on a team. And we're playing these guys that are like wanting to be professionals. And we're in high school. So the coach says, you're going to pitch today. You're going to be the starting pitcher. I said, okay. And it turns out I throw a no-hitter. Now, I didn't enter thinking I'm going to throw a no-hitter. And certainly if I thought about it, it would make me a nervous wreck. Now I'd probably pitch the worst game I've ever pitched in my life. But as soon as I heard no-hitter, inside me, something switched. I got into this zone where I saw all these batters as people helping me to throw the no-hitter. I wasn't against anything. They were there to help me. And I could see exactly what I needed to throw and when I needed to throw it. And I was blessed with this thing they call a knuckleball. And a knuckleball is it can be thrown in different ways, but you kind of bend your fingers back and hold on to it, and you throw it. When you release it, it doesn't spin. The ball just stays unspinning all the way up to the plate. And what happens is when you throw that, if it's a windy day, that ball's going all over the place. And I was in San Francisco, and it was a windy day, and the catcher was having a hard time catching my pitches, and the batters were certainly swinging at things they shouldn't be swinging at. And it's just one batter after another. And I was in this zone, and people, you're not supposed to do it, but I think they were jealous of these old guys that were playing with us. So they were talking about this no-hitter, oh, I'm going to make it through. And something in me just was in faith. I was in faith with what was going on within me. It had nothing to do with the ball. It was just this idea. I was seeing everything so clearly. And I finished the game as a no-hitter. And it was probably the love of baseball paying me back by allowing me to do that. So faith for me from that experience is just knowing that I didn't have to think about, oh, please, God, get me through this next bit. Please let me strike this guy out. Please, the fly ball to the left field. Oh, please let him catch it. Don't let it mess up. I didn't think about any of that. I just thought about it. Oh, what does this guy want for me to get him out? And there was this unspoken faith that just knew that it knew that it knew. So we can call upon faith, but when we truly have it, it doesn't need thinking about. We don't need, we have faith that we'll keep breathing. We have faith that our heart will keep beating. And that's the ultimate faith, to live life and have faith that everything we do, every experience we have is dependent on my ability to live in faith.
And you do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you this book because you don't have it. Wow. After I get the title from Reverend Michael, I kind of just let my hand tell me which book I need to pull out because I don't have sometimes I do, but not consistently like Reverend Michael does, have things just come to me. But so I'll go look at a book and I'll read and I'll get some quotes and things like that. And I started reading that book, and it's a collection of Ernest Holmes' writings, but it's just put together so well, and it's wow, I just really enjoyed it. So one of the things that I read said faith as a mustard seed refers to the power of one single positive thought. Mm-hmm. And so when we think about that, we know this, and yet our mind does other things and we kind of let it sometimes. We know that what we think, we create. We know that. And we teach that, and we know it, and we hear it every day, and we do it, and we have the experience of it, and still we let those things come in of what if, and oh, maybe I can't. And every time we change our thought, we're creating. So we either are creating that we can, or we're creating that we can't. And we actually are in control of that. So he also said, faith is a certain knowledge founded on a firm belief that a thing is true, a recognition of and a belief in certain principles, belief in the impossible from an objective viewpoint, unconditioned acceptance that there is an invisible intelligence which guides an invisible law which controls and completes the belief that it is now doing in one's life. So as we're thinking, we're creating. As we're believing, we're creating. So so part of our principle is prayer all of the time. And one of the things that Ernest said about prayer is it's the desire to reach out to something greater than we are. And it has always been common to everyone. Like we go back centuries and millennia, there was faith. There wasn't, and different faiths have different principles and different things. And yet it's all one thing. Mm-hmm. We do things differently in order to reach that faith. And yet there's only that one, there's that one power, and there's that one faith. And we're using that faith as we think our thoughts. And as we think we can, we can. And as we think we can't, we can. It's just like you being in the zone, absolutely knowing you were going to have a no-hitter. And if the doubt had crawled into your mind, then you might have had a different experience. And we do that to ourselves. There are times when we just know, and we know that we know, and everything goes okay. And then there are other days when the doubt crawls in, and then things start to go wrong, or this happens, or that happens, or it's really kind of a simple thing. It's sometimes difficult to practice, but the principle is a simple thing. We know that there's that power and that presence that's within us. We know that it's within everyone. We know that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. We know we're going to be okay in the end. And yet sometimes we allow ourselves to get so caught up in the minutia and the little details of what if this doesn't work out, or what doesn't. that doesn't work out. And as we're focusing on what if it doesn't, then it doesn't. So it's just so important to remember that what we think about is important. I know I've said this before, but I think it's something like 70 thoughts run through our head a day. 70,000, sorry, 70,000. So that's, I don't even know how many that is a second. But when you think about that, that's what our mind likes to do. Our mind likes to think. And it likes to think about everything we can and everything we can't. And if you listen to it, it could drive you crazy sometimes. And so we get to learn how to focus our thoughts into positive things that create positive thoughts in our life.
And faith covers all bases, because saying that no-hitter that had going, and somebody got a hit in the 5th inning, the no-hitter would have been gone, but I still would have had that experience of seeing each one of those batters working for me and having the faith to just know from inning to inning that it is so.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't allow the faith of uncertainty or judgment or the sense of losing something. We don't allow that to happen. We just know that faith has brought us to this moment, and faith will continue to bring us everything we need when we need it.
Mm-hmm. So instinctively, we feel that there's a higher power and a greater intelligence that responds to us. And Ernest Holmes says, all we need to do is reach. I love that thought, that all we need to do is reach. We actually get the opportunity to reach for that which we want. We get to open to it, that life flows through everyone. And so we can think ourselves into being happy. We can think ourselves into being unhappy. We can think ourselves into being successful. We can think ourselves into being well. So as we become, this is one of the main principles. Be aware of our thoughts, because as we think, we create.
Yeah, you have faith in that?
So he also says in the book, the kingdom of heaven is that place of complete peace, strength, harmony that is found within, deep in the innermost self of each. It is like a mustard seed. As the very small mustard seed grows into a large plant, so our inward thoughts and desires, when in conformity with the truth, can take form and become multiplied through the creative process of our mind. So that's just another way of saying it is so, so, so important to pay attention to our thoughts and make sure we're thinking about what we do want, and make sure that when we find ourselves thinking about what we don't want, we understand that we're creating exactly what we're thinking about, and we have the option to change and to choose something different. And we have tools for that. Tools are prayer, tools are practitioner sessions, tools are meditating, tools are reading, tools can be going outside for a walk, tools can be hugging a tree. Think of any more? I'm sure there are more. It just sometimes tools can be cooking a nice meal and enjoying it with the person that you love. There are just so many ways that, in addition to meditating and praying and reading and taking classes and practicing, as we live our lives, we bring fullness. Oh, look at Kathy's giving us tools. That's wonderful. So I just love this teaching. There's not anyone that's wrong. As we as we begin to really love ourselves, as we begin to really understand that the truth of our being is that we're divine creations of God, that we came here to expand and to grow and to learn and to live, as we forgive ourselves for the mistakes we make, then we can forgive everybody else for the mistakes they make, and we can expand our circle of love. We have a small backyard, but it's just such a joyful place. We have wonderful flowers out there and just things that bring us joy. And there are just so many places that we have the opportunity to be joyful and to create things that bring us joy. And so I just think if we begin to focus on what we do want, if we find ourselves thinking about what we don't want, we let it go. We just go back to, sometimes I go ask Reverend Michael to pray for me because I'm in a spot where for some reason, I can't do it myself. And that we do that too. So we have so many wonderful tools that help us create a better lives for ourselves and a better life on the planet.
So, that's what just passed through my brain not that time. So we'll have faith that we've said what we need to say,
Yeah.
and it's good. I just wanted to emphasize the idea that we have to turn faith on in order to experience it. When we're moving through anything, we get time to do a little story.
Yeah, we do.
I just remembered this time when I was working at Agape, and Reverend Michael Beckwith was in this closed room. It was one of those like boardrooms with all the seats, and his core council, which is like sitting on what was that?
Sorry, the directors.
Yeah, it's like the board of directors. We're in this room, and we were without a building. We're going to be out without a building because the landlord isn't going to renew the lease. So there was a lot of negativity in there. And I know Michael Beckwith pretty well. He doesn't allow negativity to enter a room at all. So what he did was he stood against the door and said, nobody's leaving. I don't care how long it takes until you hold the consciousness of knowing that we're divinely guided to our new home and everything will unfold beautifully. And that was asking them to take a step in faith. He was just living it. And that's what everybody had to get to. They were living it, not trying to project it or control it, but living it. And it was really interesting during the period that we were out without a home. He was renting places, and it was a different place each week. So you have to call in and find out where the circle's going to be. And we actually grew. His congregation actually grew during that period of time. So it shows you what faith can do. And if you're going through anything now that is causing you a challenge, or you're stuck for an idea or whatever, just let it go and know that, and trust that everything you need will come to you in time on time, like this talk for this morning. That's faith. And the best way to teach faith is to live it. And you become a revelation of faith to all that may be watching you. Invisible principle, faith. Would you faithfully?
So I just invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath. As we recognize there is only one power, one presence, one life. And that life is within each one of us. That everything that we are is that one power and that one presence that we call God. It is all that there is. It is love and peace and truth and harmony, abundance. It is joy. It is my life. It is Reverend Michael's life. It is Reverend Kathy's life and Ernestine's life and Rahib's life and everybody that is here with us today and everybody that watches this later and everyone everywhere. There is no separation from God. There is only that one power and that one presence. And I know that as we focus on that which we want, we bring more of it into our lives. And so as we focus on peace, we bring more of that into the world. As we focus on love, we bring more of that into our experience and into the world. As we focus on awareness and abundance and radiant health and love and peace for everyone and enough for everyone, enough shelter and enough food and safety. So we just send those vibrations out into the world and hold that space of love for each and every person and for this planet. I just know that we create a place where each of us is recognizing the truth of our being and our oneness with life and our oneness with the world. And I know that we do that in love. And I'm absolutely knowing that this word is already done in the mind of God. I know there's nothing more for me to do, but let it go, let it be. And so I release it, I let it go, I allow it to be. And together we say, and so it is. Amen, amen, aho, ashe, and woo-hoo.
When we dream, we loosen the thoughts in between. Oh, see the unseen. When we dream, when we dream, we follow the thoughts in between. Oh, we create the unseen. Oh, when we dream, so dream. Yes, dream.
Got me dreaming.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do I want to say about this? Right now I'm looking at an empty basket. And what I know is that the abundance and the prosperity and the faith of having it all is contained in that basket. Even though it's invisible, I see the abundance pouring into our center and growing it to a place where we can actually have a center and not our own. I see that. I see lots of people sitting in the sanctuary, being uplifted and guided and volunteering to do stuff that serves the good. I see all that in this basket. And it takes place with your generosity and your belief that this is so awesome. So, do you need to say something? I see the Venmo card.
What?
There's the Venmo card.
Right. So you can use the Venmo code. You can go to cslnorthmetro.org. You can pay with PayPal, Venmo, the QR code. All of that's also on our website. And if you have your phone ready right now, you can use the Venmo code right now. And our address is there too. So if you happen to be someone who sends checks, we take those too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're very, very grateful for your support.
But if you're in the neighborhood and you want to drop by and get some cash, we'll take that too.
That's right.
So, repeat after me. Just see your light flowing out of your palms towards this basket and reflecting back to you as we say these words. I give thanks for the eternal givingness of pure spirit.
I give thanks for the eternal givingness of pure spirit,
For its generosity.
for its generosity,
For its abundance.
for its abundance,
For its pure love of giving.
for its pure love of giving.
As I give.
As I give,
And I know this truth is universal.
and I know this truth is universal.
So I give thanks for it.
So I give thanks for
it.
For it.
Let it be.
Let it be.
So it is.
No, it is. I didn't hear the it.
The floating
I
in.
thought you were coming up with something else. So there it is.
There it is.
Hi. So last song, during your speaking, during your message today, both of your words, that's what inspired that song, because while you were speaking, I was coming up with, that was coming through me, and what you heard. And it's based on that, the thought of a seed. I was thinking a seed, there's like a dream and a seed they're similar because they have the same energy of growing, of blossoming, of blooming, and creating new life. And a dream does that, you know. So, and then when we follow the dream step by step. So anyway, that song I 50-50. We'll call it 50-50. So anyway, here's a song called We Are Light. Oh, shine, even in the darkness, shine. Oh, we are light. I am light, streaming, beaming through this world. beaming through this world. Shine, oh shine in the darkness, shine. Oh, you are light. I am light. Yes, together we are light.
Beautiful, thank you.
Yeah. We're all shining our light today.
Yeah.
Thank you all for a wonderful time to spend together and celebrate life and these principles that we're so blessed to have.
Mhm.
We're really blessed by each other's company and by joining together once a week. There's something unifying and beautiful about that. So each one of your talents made this service so possible, and I give thanks and appreciation for each one of you.
I think we should see what everybody else has to say. Yeah, if you have anything to share, we'd love to hear it.
I think you know, the word namaste, you know, it's the light in me honors the light in you, and I feel like that's what I hear from you both, you know, is when you end and when you start, is you're really saying, you know, the God in me honors the God in you, and the love in me honors the love in you, and that connects us, and I feel that. So I appreciate you all of you on this screen, you know, for being a part of my life, you know, because it all inspires me and it's all very connecting, and I leave and I feel good, and then I do good. So
Right.
yeah.
I too am so grateful for the service, for the teaching. You know, I could go on and on, but what I have in my heart
Plant a garden and believe in tomorrow.
and you know, it's a simple plaque, but when it was dark for me, sometimes all I could hold on to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
There's something very healing about having your hands in the earth
Oh yeah.
for me.
And so many lessons you can learn in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So thank you.
we're truly blessed. You want to tell them about how to get to Zoom?
I do, but Kathy, do you have time to give us a short update about what you're doing and the archives? And
You bet. I think it just fit in with this talk and topic and all the music and readings perfectly, as the Science Mind Archives and Library Foundation has moved from our place of 13 years in Golden, Colorado to Unity Village, Missouri. And it truly was Centers for Spiritual Living was selling the building we've been out of. And we're like, it's about faith, belief in the unseen. And just watching it come together. And actually, as we're here, Reverend Michael was the one to pack the very first 28 boxes of the move. And so as we were unpacking them, they were the first boxes to be unpacked. Right? It was fun to see the beginning and the end, to see the demonstration and manifestation. And so again, if you're interested, go to the Science Mind Archives Facebook page, and there's a whole photo story of this evolution. But we're grateful for prayer. You know, all the spiritual tools, we had a lot of prayers to make that happen. So thank you all. And
there's really a lot of good stuff on the Science of Mind Archives website. So check that out. It's wonderful and growing all the time.
Thank you.
So, all right. So I invite you to join us on Zoom right after the service and share your aha moments. There's a link on the screen at the end of the service, and If you don't get it, it's on our website, cslnorthmetro.org, under the calendar. And while you're there, you can sign up on the email list to get the weekly email with the Zoom links and all of that. So for those of you who join us, we'll see you on Zoom. We'll do it.
I'll do the closing prayer.
Thank you.
So once again, we turn within and recognize that the within is the true life. The without is our fantasy to play.
Mm.
And we honor both those parts of life here on this divine planet. And we give thanks for all those that are doing the peace work, for all those that join us in knowing that this world was meant to work for everybody and everything. Plants, animals, people, rocks, all one thing. We give thanks for that. With eternal thanksgiving, I can now know that this work is manifesting in each and every one of our lives. So I let it be by saying together.
And so it
So
is.
it is.
Yay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. We couldn't do this without you.
Yeah.
See you on Zoom.
And thank you, Kathy, for stepping in and running a wonderful, perfect service.
Yeah.
You bet. No, thank
You're the
you.
best.
Thanks. So are you. It's fun to be here, and I love everyone here. It's a blessing. You have a beautiful spiritual community. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.